Lesson 41, Finding Rates of Change and Slope. A rate of change is usually a fraction where we have maybe the change in the distance divided by the change in the time. Another example would be change in cost. Divided by change in time. Those are just two examples of a rate of change. A slope. The slope of a line is also considered a rate of change. The slope is the change in y over the change in x. This little triangle right here is a symbol that means change in. So the change in y divided by the change in x. Sometimes we'll say for slope rise divided by run, or rise over run. It's a vertical change, which is up or down, divided by the horizontal change. There is a formula for slope if you're given 2 points on a line. So let's say you're given points x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2. Now these just stand for numbers, they're just variables. You can find the slope, which we call m, is equal to, you subtract the y, so y sub 2 minus y sub 1 divided by, and you subtract the x's, x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So let's look at if we're given 2 points, 5, 6, and -4, 2. If it would help, you can label the 5 as x sub 1, and y sub 1 would be 6, x sub 2 is -4, and y sub 2 is 2. So the slope m is y sub 2, which is 2, minus y sub 1, which was 6, divided by x sub 2, which was -4, minus x sub 1, which is 5. 2 minus 6 is -4. -4 minus 5 is -9. When you have a negative divided by negative, it's positive. So the slope, given those 2 points, is 4/9. And that just means every point on the line, if you go up 4 and to the right 9, you'll land on another point that's on the line. So every point to get from one to the other, you go up, you rise 4 and go to the right 9. So if you're given a picture of a line, so a graph of a line, this is the y-axis, the x-axis, okay, so we're going to go through the origin, and we're going to go to the point 4, 2. Okay, so here's our line, and we have 2 points here. We can look at it and say, oh, we're rising 2, because we went up, it's plus, and we're going to the right 4. And right is positive. So the slope of this line is rise over run, so 2 divided by 4, which equals 1/2. So the slope of that line is 1/2. Whenever you have a positive slope, it's going to go up from left to right. This is a positive slope. Now I imagine a little car driving on this line, and if it's going uphill from left to right, then it's going to be a positive slope. And then if it's going downhill, it's going to be a negative slope. So we draw our little car driving downhill. That's a negative. Now, if your car can go flat, it's just flat. You're driving, you can go either way, left or right. But from left to right, it's just flat. You're not going up or down. This is called a zero slope. And if you have a line that's a zero slope, the equation of the line would be y equals c, such that c is contained in the real numbers. That just means you have y equals a number. So I will show you an example like that. So if I had, well, y equals 3, I'm going to have a horizontal line that's flat at y equals 3. Okay, so if we have a vertical line, now your car cannot drive on it. It's going off. This is like a cliff, so the car driving along falls off the cliff, and the people inside are saying, ah, save me. So this is an undefined slope. And if we wanted to see the equation of this line, it would be x equals a constant, c, such that c is contained in the real numbers. So let me show you an example of a vertical and a horizontal line. This is y, that's x. So if I had y equals 3, I'm going to have a horizontal line through y equals 3. So that means no matter what x equals, y will be 3. So the equation of this line is y equals 3. Now if I had x equals negative 2, I'm going to have a vertical line going through x equals negative 2. So if you have x equals a number, it's vertical. Y equals a number, it's horizontal. One more thing that I need to show you here is if you have a graph, just any graph, let's say, looks like that, and the label on the x-axis is time. Let's say it's in hours. It's just an example. And then we have miles going up the y-axis. So let's say it goes like this. There we go. So the label, it will have a label. The slope will. Here, let me put the word slope in here. And it's going to be the label on y over or divided by the label on x. So it's going to be, in this example, it's going to be miles per hour. That's the end of the lesson.